Welcome to the next video. In this video, I want to show you shortly how you can use the Python Test Explorer, which is an extension that we have already installed in chapter 1. For that, we can click here on the tests icon, and per default, this test extension uses, for example, PyTest under the hood, but you can configure it. So if you press F1, you can type Python configure tests. Then a pop-up will appear here and we can set which framework will be used. So for example, we want to use PyTest, and we can define where PyTest should search for our tests. I can pass here that the tests directory should be used. Under the hood here in the .vscode folder, there's a settings.json file created where the settings are set for our testing extension for Python. If we now go back to this test icon here on the left side, we now should see here this Python entry, and there should be a tests entry, which is our tests folder, and inside that every test Python file that PyTest found would be listed here. Since we only have one test file, only the test_vector file here is listed. Also, if we just open this test_vector file, we would see all test classes that are defined inside this test file. So if you would have multiple test classes inside one test file, these would be listed here. If we open this again, now we would see all methods that start with test_. So all methods that PyTest found to test on. And now we could open this test file, and if I now click here again on the test button, I could run here all tests with run all tests. Then all tests that were found were executed. If you just want to execute some methods here of our test class, for example, you can just run these single tests here. So if you click run on test apps, for example, only this test would be executed. And the good thing here about this test explorer is if any test would fail. So for example, I added here assert not equal instead of assert equal. So now line 26 should fail. I can run the tests again. Now I would see here highlighted in red that the test failed. And now I can debug the test. So the debugger would be called for our Python script or for our unit test class here. And we could debug our code. So I can set here a breakpoint. Now I click here on debug test. Our test class would be executed, and since I have created here a breakpoint, I'm now in line 26, and I could check here why our test has failed. So this is Test Explorer. It is easy to just execute a certain amount of tests, and you can debug your test, which is very, very nice to have. And I would recommend to use this extension instead of the standard command line execution of PyTest, for example. Okay, so then we will see us in the next video. Bye bye.